Hi, everybody. In this presentation, I'm going to be going over a couple of different things. The first item that we're looking at is a document called Young Children's Emergent Literacy Understanding and Behaviors. This document you will use as you develop 6 small group literacy lesson plans. For this week, you will be developing 2 small group literacy plans around oral language. And this is what we're looking at currently. So you can see that this document has oral language, emergent reading, and emergent writing. And under each of these categories, there are subcategories. And so you will be planning for oral language, choosing 2 different subcategories to design 2 different small group literacy plans. So if you look at the document, the template for your literacy activity format, you will first need to highlight or circle the category that you're planning for. This week is oral language. Then you will choose a subcategory. I've already decided that I'm going to plan for conversations. I'm going to scroll down again and look at our Young Children's Emergent Literacy Understanding and Behaviors. And under conversation, this is my subcategory. I'm also then looking for learning objective. I'm choosing uses social rules of language. I go back up to my template. I have my subcategory, conversations. In my learning objective, I'm going to say the children will use social rules of language. The activity that I'm choosing to use is telephone. This activity could be used for preschool or primary grade, but I just selected preschool. And so the next thing I have to do is describe my activity. So I'm going to write down a description of the activity that if I have a substitute, the substitute will know exactly what the activity is. So I might need to label this telephone using sentences that describe favorite recess or outdoor activities. So maybe I'm going to say first, children sit in a circle. Second, choose a sentence that begins with on the playground, children like to. Third, the teacher will whisper a statement or sentence into the child's ear sitting next to them. The child will then whisper the same statement or sentence into their neighbor's ear sitting next to them. Each child will take a turn whispering the sentence into their neighbor's ear until each child has had a turn going around the circle. And then 6, the last child in the circle will announce out loud what they heard. All right, so these are my part of my descriptions. I'm going to indent it so it makes better sense, because then we also have our numbered items that you need to do for your lesson plan. And number 6 is you need to list concrete items to use with the activity. What will you do with these activities, and how will you discuss the activities with the children? So the concrete activities for this activity are pre-planned sentences. So when I go to conduct this activity with children, I already have an idea of a couple of sentences that I will use. And I've started each sentence with the same structure. On the playground, children like to run and jump. On the playground, children go down the slide. On the playground, children play tag. So there is a rhythm to the sentences that I'm going to be introducing to my students. So the next thing that you need to do for your lesson development is adaptations. So there's simplify and there's more complex. So for simplifying, you're going to want to adapt your activity for children who may not have mastered the skill that you're practicing. So in your classroom, you may have students who utter just one or two words. They don't have complex sentence structure down. Or they might just use a 3-word sentence structure. So you can see my sentences are more than 3 words. They're more than a word utterance. So to simplify this activity, I would break sentences into simpler blocks of words. So first, you're going to whisper to the child, on the playground, children like, right? So I'm doing this sentence. And then have the child whisper those words to their neighbor. So you're breaking the sentence into smaller blocks of words. After they've whispered on the playground, children like, then I'm going to whisper to the child, run and jump. And the child would whisper these 3 words to their neighbor. To make the activity more complex, I would offer students a chance to create their own sentence about favorite recess or playground activities after we've done several sentences with the group. And then that allows students who already have the skill of using complex sentences to make up their own sentences and share with the group. The last thing you need to do for your lesson planning is to write out the objective and indicator from TS Gold objectives for development and learning that correspond with the activity you have designed. The TS Gold objective for development and learning that correspond to my activity is 10, uses appropriate conversation and other communication skills. And then the subset of objective 10 is uses social rules of language, which corresponds to the subcategory under conversations. I hope this helps explain what the lesson or your assignment looks like this week, and then the consecutive small group lesson plans that you are creating all follow this format. Reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks.